to Whips in the Dungeon and the Leather Journey. Today we're going to talk about getting ready for an event. Everyone knows I love to throw whips, and I take a safe, sane, and consensual approach to whips, which means the crackers that I use on the end of the whips, I don't use between whip bottoms. I will use brand new crackers, or if I've played with that whip bottom before, then at the end of the whip scene, I will take a snack baggie and either write their name on it or have them write their name on the baggie with a Sharpie, and we'll take the crackers that have been used in that particular scene off and put them in the baggie. They'll go in my whip kit. And when I know I'm going to an event where that particular whip bottom is in attendance, I will take their crackers and reuse those crackers on the same whip bottom. So there's no cross-contamination between whip bottoms with my approach. So I make up a whole bunch of crackers before I go to an event. How many crackers do I need? Well, I'll just give you an example. At Weekend of Wickedness last year, I threw 17 scenes in 4 days, and in a whip scene I typically use 3 whips. I'll use a snake whip and 2 bull whips, so on average I use 3 crackers per scene. So at that particular event I used over 50 crackers, so that's a lot. It takes a little bit of time to make these. And then this year I started my 2-whip journey. So if I'm throwing 2-handed whips in a scene, I'm going to be throwing 6 whips. That's twice as many crackers. So at WOW, I'm going to need over 100 crackers if I throw 2-handed. And I'm going to show you this morning how to make a matched set of crackers. If you're throwing a matched set of whips, it's not so critical when you're throwing single-handed that all of your crackers be exactly the same length. How long do I make mine? Well, it's a me thing, but typically I use the palm of my hand, and I make the cracker the length of the palm of my hand. I always leave the extra fluff when it's just, being carried. But then when I'm getting ready to play, I'll take scissors or a knife, and I'll trim that cracker to where the fluff is the length, about the length of the first digit of my thumb. So I use my thumb to measure it. So we've got the palm of my hand and then the length of my thumb. That's how long my crackers are. So when I'm throwing indoors, I find that white shows up better. So I use mostly white mason line. I normally use number 15 or number 18 mason line. If I know I'm going to do an erotic play scene, I will jump up and use thicker mason line, number 32. I like twisted mason line. The traditional cracker for twisted mason line is just to leave it twisted and finish it with an overhand knot. But I like Lady Sally style crackers. I have a video on how to make those, but I'm also going to go through how I make a Lady Sally cracker this morning. Now, at a big event like WOW, where there's indoor and outdoor play, I'll go outdoors and I will use acrylic paint and a whip bottom as a living canvas, and I'll paint their back or their chest. On FetLife, you've probably seen some videos of how I do that. When I'm going to paint, I find a cotton cracker holds acrylic paint better than mason line. So I've got some cottonish knitting thread. I've got some cotton crochet thread. I've got some green cotton crochet thread. I'll be making up some crackers for painting acrylic using the cotton thread. When I go outdoors, I find that colored mason line is easier to see than white. So I'll make up some fluorescent colored Lady Sally crackers for outdoor play. If I know a scene is going to request marks, then I'll use braided mason line. And braided is a little different. Probably can't see it in the video, but it's not twisted. So I could try to untwist this and it wouldn't untwist. But when you go in the Home Depot or the hardware store, pay attention and notice the difference between braided and twisted mason line. So I'll be making up all those different kinds of crackers, but this morning I'm going to show you how to make a Lady Sally cracker for a match set.